So the other day it happened again where I had a bass player have to call out last minute, like Saturday night at 10:30 before Sunday morning, and I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? It seems like my issues are a lot of times with bass players. I've made a video before about bass players calling in sick, and I actually think it was the same bass player. But that's okay, his excuse was legit and it was no problem, and instead of calling another bass player last minute, I decided, you know what? I think I got this. I have a preset idea that I've been toying around with, and I think it'll work. And let me tell you, this preset saved the day. See, I was scheduled to play electric already. I had an acoustic player and I had a full band, so I was gonna play electric through my Helix, and actually I was gonna play through my HX Stomp XL, and I had put in all my presets and I was ready to go. I had practiced, but then 10:30 on Saturday night, as I was getting ready for bed, I got the text. And I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna switch over to my Helix and use the preset that I had dialed in for another video. You may have seen it. It was called, yeah, it was a little over a month ago. It was called Helix Tip. Make your guitar sound like a bass. And that's exactly what I did. And that preset sounds so good. And I wanna let you know because it is now, right now, in the Expanse Pack. For all of you Expanse Pack family members, you can go right now, download it, and it's in there for free. If you don't know what the Expanse Pack is, it's an ever-growing collection of presets where I add to it all the time, like I just did with this preset. You pay once, you get free updates for life. It's not a subscription, you pay once. And so all of you who have already purchased this in the past, whether it's for the Pod Go, the Helix, HX Stomp, HX Stomp XL, even the HX Effects, you can go right now and get this free update. And so yeah, that's what this preset does. It allows you to sound like a bass, have a really good bass tone, in my opinion, through your guitar. And this preset will actually switch between guitar and bass at will. So I was using snapshot mode, snapshot 1, I was playing bass on the first song. We played 4 songs. First song, bass. 2 middle songs I had Ableton tracks for that I could unmute the bass, so I didn't need to play bass. So I played electric, and then the last song was just a hymn I didn't have tracks for, but I wanted bass, so I played bass again. So I had 4 or so snapshots, and I was able to toggle on and off the bass at will. And actually in this preset, if you stay in stomp mode, you can toggle between having the bass on and off or both on at the same time. It's pretty cool. So let me plug up and let you hear it. Now I will say before we get too much further, before we listen to it, this preset utilizes a parallel path. And since the Pod Go does not have a parallel path, the preset in the Pod Go Expanse Pack will be a little different. It'll just be the bass patch. It won't be able to switch between guitar and bass in the same patch, but it'll just be the bass tone. You'll still be able to hear it in there. The HX Stomp XL, you'll be able to toggle, I think, foot switch 1 and foot switch 2, toggle on and off the electric guitar part of the preset and the bass part of the preset, and I forgot what foot switch 3 does. HX Effects is kind of a different story. I did update and I put the settings for what I did to make the bass preset, but obviously there's no amp modeling in HX Effects. And so I tried it through an amp. I also tried it through the HX Stomp, and it doesn't sound as good at all because it's not utilizing the stuff that's in, you know, these other devices. But I went ahead and updated it and showed you at least what I did so you can play around with it and maybe make it sound good on your own with HX Effects. All right, so let me just walk you through the snapshots, how I have them up. On the full Helix, we have 8 snapshots. We have clean electric, trim electric, wet chorus, which is electric, and lead electric. Then we have 4 bass snapshots. We have the clean bass, comp bass, or added a compressor, verb bass, add some reverb if you want it, and then fuzz bass. So let's walk through these. Obviously on the HX Stomp XL, there's only 4 snapshots, and then on the HX Stomp, there's only 3, and I think it's just 2 electric, 2 bass, and then on the 3, it's just 2 electric, 1 bass. But here's some of the different sounds. I tried to come up with an electric preset that I could really use with a delay, a reverb, and a couple modulation options. We have tremolo and the plastic chorus. But here is the clean tone coming through my Reverend Gil Paris Natural, and we'll use the humbuckers today. Some trim. And then lead. And then the fun stuff, bass. This one is comp bass, a little bit of compression added. Verb bass just adds a little bit of room reverb. And then fuzz. And of course, on any preset, you can click on and off the guitar, so. Too much reverb. Yeah, so it sounds pretty good. Let me hook up the HX Stomp real quick so you can see it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that I can fit in the Helix, but it still does the job. So let me hook it up real quick. All right, on the HX Stomp, like I said, there's only 3 snapshots. We have clean electric, lead electric, and then clean bass. And of course, you can set these up to toggle on and off like the overdrive and stuff, but we just have on the clean, or just on the electric line, we have an overdrive, an amping cab, a delay, and reverb, and it sounds like this. And then I have the overdrive dialed in for the other foot switch. Turn this foot switch off, you have nothing. Turn this foot switch on, you have bass. And if you turn both on, yeah, and then you can set these up to increase like the delay and reverb if you want per snapshot. I have the different parameters set up so you can dial in different snapshots as you want. You can copy and paste this and customize it however you want. And same with the bass. You can manually toggle on or save the overdrive. So yeah, it sounds really good. Yeah, so there it is. Let me know down in the comments what you think below. I mean, this preset really did save the day that day, and I can think of many other uses that I will be using this for, specifically in like rehearsal when you're trying to show a bass player a certain lick and you don't want to do it with your guitar. You want to show them with an actual bass sound. I remember the drummer, when I clicked on the bass, he was like, "How are you doing that?" And I was like, technology. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I got much more stuff on the way. Pedal demos, MIDI controller demos. The PirateMidi stuff is here. I played with it a little bit. It's probably dusty. I played with it a little bit before I left town, but then I got sick and I just haven't done much since, but I'm gonna be digging into these very soon. And I also have some giveaway stuff coming up real soon. So subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.